Everything we feared is finally happening. Heartland Season 19, Episode 10 is gearing up to deliver one of the most shocking and emotional finales in years, and the new trailer makes it painfully clear that Amy is about to face a moment that could change her life forever. The calm, the comfort, the sense of safety she has slowly started to rebuild. All of it is thrown into chaos the moment Nathan's life is put in danger. And this time, Amy won't be able to outrun the fear that has haunted her since losing Ty. So let's break down what this unbelievable and heartbreaking trailer reveals, because the finale is coming in stronger than anyone expected. Section 1. Long paragraph form. The trailer opens with a tension that you can feel in your chest, almost like the entire ranch knows something terrible is about to happen. After everything that went down in Episode 9, from Jack, Lou, and Nathan riding out to hunt down the rustlers, to Georgie trying to heal from her painful breakup, to Amy uncovering the truth about Gracie and Marion's past, the finale wastes no time picking up right at the edge of that danger. The trailer shows the search intensifying, and even without showing every detail, you can tell that Jack is becoming increasingly frustrated and determined. The cattle thefts have reached a breaking point, and the rustlers are no longer operating like petty thieves. They're strategic, reckless, and clearly armed, which sets the stage for the explosive confrontation we all saw coming. And while the ranch is already stretched thin emotionally, the growing threat begins to ripple through every member of the family. Lou is shown trying to stay strong, but her fear for Jack is obvious, especially after what happened last time he tried to handle things alone. Meanwhile, Nathan steps up in a way that reveals just how deeply he cares about protecting everyone at Heartland. His determination mirrors the same sense of duty Ty once had, and that similarity triggers something heavy in Amy. Even though she tries to stay focused on her work and on helping Gracie, there's a quiet worry in her eyes every time Nathan's name comes up, as if her heart already knows something is about to go terribly wrong. And that fear becomes even stronger when the trailer cuts to a scene where Jack and Nathan seem to split up during the search, a decision that instantly raises every alarm bell because nothing good ever comes from separating when danger is this close. The music darkens, the pacing tightens, and you can almost hear Amy's future heartbreak echoing in the background. The trailer doesn't reveal the full confrontation, but the tension makes it clear that Nathan will be the one to get caught in the chaos. One wrong move, one unexpected attack, and suddenly everything Amy has rebuilt over the years is at risk of being shattered again. And what makes it even more shocking is how fast the tone shifts, from determination and control to raw panic. The possibility of losing someone she loves again reopens the wound Amy has fought so hard to close. The ending of the trailer leaves viewers completely breathless, hinting that this finale won't just test the ranch, it will force Amy to face the one nightmare she never wanted to relive. And if the rumors are true, the finale may end with a moment that changes her life forever. What makes Episode 10 even more shocking is how deeply the emotional threads from Episode 9 begin tightening around the main story, creating a finale where every character feels the impact of the danger closing in on Heartland. The trailer hints that while Jack and Nathan push further into the search, Lou becomes the anchor trying to hold everything together, even as fear slowly chips away at her confidence. She has spent the entire season trying to prove she can lead, trying to protect the ranch, and trying to manage the pressure of being responsible for everyone's safety. But this time, the stakes are too personal. Her father and the man Amy is growing closer to are out there chasing criminals who have already proven they're willing to use violence, and the weight of that truth settles heavily on her shoulders. You can almost see the moment she realizes that no matter how strong she is, she cannot control the outcome of what's coming. Meanwhile, Amy's storyline shifts into something far more emotionally charged. She tries to keep training Gracie's horse and supporting her through the guilt and regret that surfaced in Episode 9, but her mind keeps drifting to Nathan. The trailer shows her pausing, staring off as if she feels something is wrong, like the universe is warning her. For years, she has avoided putting her heart at risk again, avoided letting herself fall too deeply because losing Ty left a scar no one could ever erase. But Nathan slipped past her walls in a way she didn't expect, and now the thought of losing him before their story even fully begins threatens to break her all over again. Even Lindy senses her mother's fear, which adds another emotional layer, because Amy knows she's not just protecting her own heart, she's protecting her daughter's too. On the ranch, the younger characters bring their own drama into the mix. Katie, Dex, and River's emotional mess becomes even more tangled, and the trailer shows glimpses of misunderstandings and tension that will definitely explode at the worst possible moment. Dex's unresolved anger, River's conflicted feelings, and Katie's confusion all collide in a way that mirrors the chaos happening outside the ranch. It's almost symbolic. While the adults fight real threats, the teens battle emotional ones that feel just as heavy in their world. Georgie, on the other hand, seems to be trying her best to stay strong after opening up about her breakup, but the trailer shows a flash of her face that looks far more vulnerable than she wants to admit. She might pretend she's healing, but her storyline carries a quiet sadness that fits perfectly with the theme of the finale, confronting pain rather than running from it. All of these smaller threads build tension that keeps rising until everything tightly wraps around Amy's fear. The trailer ends its second act with a sound. Distant, sharp, unmistakable. And even though they don't show the moment, the implication is clear. Something terrible happens during Jack and Nathan's search. It is the kind of sound that stops your heartbeat for a second. The kind of moment where you immediately know everything is about to change. And as the screen cuts to black, you can already feel the shock that episode 10 is preparing to deliver. The third section of the trailer breakdown shifts into the emotional heart of the finale, where the aftermath of the confrontation with the rustlers sends shockwaves through everyone connected to Heartland. The trailer doesn't reveal the full injury, but it makes it painfully clear that Nathan is the one caught in the middle of the chaos. Jack's voice, strained and desperate, is heard calling out for help, and that one sound alone is enough to tell us how serious things have become. We rarely see Jack like that, shaken, panicked, fighting against fear, and the moment he appears in the trailer with dust on his jacket and worry etched across his face, you know something went terribly wrong. Lou is shown rushing out, unable to hide the dread building inside her, while her hands tremble as she tries to call for medical help. It's the kind of fear she has spent the entire season trying to suppress, and now it's erupting all at once. The trailer then shifts to Amy, who senses something is wrong before she even gets the news. It's the same kind of instinct she had years ago when Ty was in danger, an instinct that feels heavy, haunting, and unmistakable. When Lou finally tells her what happened, it hits Amy like a punch to the chest. The camera holds on her expression just long enough for viewers to see her world stop. Nathan wasn't just someone she cared for. He was becoming her chance at a new beginning. A future she had been too scared to imagine until now. The possibility of losing him forces every buried emotion to the surface. The trailer shows Amy driving with frantic determination, tears in her eyes but refusing to break down. There's a moment where she grips the steering wheel so hard, her knuckles turn white, and it mirrors the exact fear she lived through when she lost Ty. And that's what makes this moment so cruel. Amy has barely opened her heart again, and now she has to confront her deepest nightmare all over. When she arrives at the scene, the heartbreak becomes even more intense. The look on Jack's face, the quiet way he stands beside her, the silence that hangs in the air, it all suggests that this moment will be one of the most emotional in the entire season. Amy kneels beside Nathan, her voice cracking as she tells him to stay with her. And even though the trailer doesn't show much, the pain in her voice says everything. It's raw, desperate, and filled with the weight of every loss she has carried. Meanwhile, the ranch reacts to the news with heavy hearts. Katie breaks down after realizing how fragile life really is. Dex and River pause their endless drama because suddenly none of it matters. And Georgie tries to offer strength even though she is barely holding herself together. Even Lisa appears shaken in a rare emotional moment, reminding viewers that Heartland is not just a place, it's a family. And when one person is hurt, everyone feels the pain. As the music intensifies, the trailer shows Amy standing outside the hospital, staring up at the sky with tears she can no longer hold back. This is where the emotional weight truly settles in. She whispers that she can't lose another person she loves, and it's a line that hits viewers right in the heart, because we all know how much she has already survived. The third section of the trailer ends on a devastating cliffhanger, a doctor walking toward Amy with a serious expression, and Amy looking like she's preparing for the worst. And the screen cuts to black with a single sentence that chills you to the core: love can survive, even when hope can't. This finale is not just shocking, it is emotionally brutal in a way Heartland hasn't delivered in years. The final section of the trailer breakdown shifts the tone from fear to something even more powerful. An emotional storm that brings Heartland to one of its most unforgettable turning points. The trailer shows the entire family gathered in the waiting room, each person silently carrying the weight of what happened. Jack sits with his elbows on his knees, staring at the floor with the kind of guilt only he would feel, because in his mind, it should have been him, not Nathan. Lou keeps pacing back and forth, gripping her phone so tightly it looks like she might crush it. Lisa tries to comfort her, but even she struggles to stay composed. Katie is holding back tears as River sits beside her, surprisingly calm for once, offering a quiet kind of support that shows how much he has grown. Dex is there too, clearly shaken, and for the first time in a long time, the teenage drama suddenly feels unimportant compared to what's happening just a few doors away. Georgie walks in moments later, her face filled with worry. She may have arrived shaken from her own emotional battles, but seeing Amy so broken pulls her right into the family crisis. She sits with Lou, offering a hand, showing once again that no matter how far she goes or how long she's gone, Heartland will always be her home. And then the trailer shifts focus back to Amy, because this finale is ultimately her emotional reckoning. Inside the room, Nathan lies unconscious, and Amy sits beside him, holding his hand with a fragile tenderness that only someone who has loved and lost could show. She begins to talk, her voice trembling as she admits she didn't realize how much he meant to her until the moment she thought she might lose him forever. It's one of those deeply raw confessions that Heartland rarely gives us, the kind that reveals everything she has been terrified to say out loud. She apologizes for taking too long to let him in, for being scared, for pushing her feelings aside, and every line she speaks is drenched in the pain of her past with Ty. It becomes heartbreakingly clear that Nathan wasn't just another man in her life. He was the first person since Ty who made her believe she could love again. And now, with him lying there motionless, she finally sees the truth she has been running from. She loves him. The trailer cuts between Amy's emotional confession and the family anxiously waiting outside, building the tension to its peak. Lou finally breaks down and admits to Jack that she can't lose Nathan either, not after everything he has done to support them. Jack puts a hand on her shoulder, his voice steady but filled with grief, reminding her that they have survived the impossible before and they can do it again. But even he can't hide the fear in his eyes. The moment the doctor comes out, the entire room freezes. His expression is serious, and the silence he carries with him feels heavier than any words. The trailer ends right before he reveals Nathan's fate, cutting straight to Amy gasping softly inside the room. Whether in hope or heartbreak, the trailer doesn't say. But the final seconds deliver the biggest shock of all. Nathan stirs, just barely, and whispers Amy's name. It's a blink and you miss it moment, but it changes everything. The screen fades to black with one final line that sends chills through every viewer. When love is tested, hearts choose who they cannot live without. And just when it seems the emotional whirlwind is over, the trailer hints at a final twist. The possibility of Nathan proposing to Amy in the aftermath of this near-death moment. Not out of desperation, but out of clarity, because almost losing everything makes you see exactly what truly matters. This finale isn't just unbelievably shocking. It's the beginning of a new chapter that could redefine Amy's entire future.